Well, welcome to Annapolis. Today we're hitting up the sailboat show.
Yes, it's so exciting. We're having a great time, some good exercise.
That's right. We're going to review the Jeanneau Sun Odyssey 410, the new Dufour 410, and the Tartan 395. All of these are in about the 40-foot range, and we're going to give a unique live aboard full-time cruising perspective of each of them. So let's not wait any further. Let's jump right in. So the Sun Odyssey is a member of the Jeanneau brand, and they're known for doing charter boats. It's a French build, and it's owned by Beneteau, actually. It's a great-looking boat. You actually see a lot of them out here on the water. Spacious cockpit, dual helm. It has an enormous swim platform with room for a wind vane, propane locker, and dedicated life raft storage. Definitely laid out for fun. This is a unique feature. The walk-around cockpit. You're going to lose a little bit of space down below for that, but it's pretty cool. This boat comes with a massive foredeck and side deck, recessed. Good sized stanchions for safety. There's a handrail. It is not recessed. And here's that walk-around cockpit again. The winches are backed by the helm. That makes it easy to single hand. The center table is solid. Now let's go down below. Pretty quick descend there on the steps, and here we have a traditional nav station, which is great. Not a lot of storage here on the walls, but great visibility out of the cabin. It does have a sink, which is a great feature. Good size in here, good headroom. There's some cabinetry. Definitely could store some clothing here. Enough to live on, definitely for cruising. This is a comfortable cabin. Walking out into the salon, it's a gorgeous table. It's a great setup. The seating looks comfortable for lounging at night, watching TV. This is the port aft cabin, great for storage. Could be converted into beds, but I think storage is the way to go. You can access from above. There's a refrigerator in here as well. I could easily see a washer and dryer.
So I really like it. It's really spacious, really pretty. A lot more modern than ours, but I still like them both. So it's a really nice boat. I like it.
What she didn't tell you is that there is a sink in the front cabin that has a shelf that pulls down on the top, so you can do all your stuff with the water and then have a makeup shelf.
That's going to stain badly. All right, this is the boat I have been looking forward to, the 41-foot Dufour. It's the largest of the boats at 41.5 feet. It has 14 feet of beam. That's massive. And it's a unique hull design. It's lightweight and brings that beam all the way to the nose. First thing we notice is a massive swim platform. It has a cooking station and a sink on it, which is really cool. No room for a wind-powered steering system, though. You could definitely spend some time at anchor with this swim platform. I love it a lot. Only 66 gallons of water aboard is a strange setup. Low coamings in the cockpit is another strange setup, not very comfortable when you're at sea. Here we find another wide side deck. It is recessed, which I do like for offshore safety. Real heavy duty cleats here. Handrail is not recessed. Got to watch that for a trip hazard. It's a wide boat. It almost has the walk-around cockpit, not quite as much as the Sun Odyssey, but you can walk around. The winches are brought to the helm, which is great. Wonderful instrument setup, low key and out of the way, right where you want them. Good place to stand and steer as well. The foredeck is massive. Easily stow a dinghy up here, though I don't think you'd want to with these recessed windows. It's set up for a light wind sail. It's also set up for self-tacking jib. I do like the self-tacking track and single line sheet on the jib. That makes it super easy to sail. I'm not so certain bringing the beam this far forward is a great way to do upwind work offshore in any type of swell. I'm also not so certain about those recessed port lights, the recessed hatches. Once the seals start to wear, how much protection will they give you? These are some ocean limitations I might see on this boat. The outboard rigging, this will also limit your sheeting angles, though not with the small jib, so that's cool. Also has an outboard clutch. That's a nice touch there for your light wind sail. And here's a nice place. I could see myself sitting here at night watch, though you are quite exposed. Going down the companionway, down below, we have some beautiful cabins in the Dufour. Here's the aft cabin with the beautiful view while you're at anchor. Not a whole lot of ventilation here, but some good cabinets. There is a day head. It is a wet head. If you're going to shower, the whole restroom gets wet. The forward cabin is very roomy. Beautiful views. Has good overhead storage. You can see that here. And has a very nicely ventilated and well thought out head. I do like the touches there. Good ventilation in that forward cabin, but here we have the salon. The galley is kind of strange. I don't know if I'd want to cook there, at sea or at anchor. Go for it.
I don't think there's a boat at the boat show that's not perfect. Like, it's just so beautiful. It's so new. It's a beautiful boat. But the galley is a little strange. It like has the stove top on one side, the big like section in the middle, and then the sinks on the other side. It was kind of a different layout for me. I don't think I would enjoy cooking in there.
Yeah, so it's a beautiful boat. Looks like a lovely boat to sail. But I noticed there's only one hatch in the salon. So you're in the Bahamas, you're in the Caribbean at anchor, and it's a warm day, not a lot of breeze. You're not gonna have any breeze down below. You're not gonna have any wind in over the stove in the galley where the heat is. There's no windows above. And there are 3 windows, but I asked if they could be made into hatches. No. Geez, that's tough. The heads are great, the cabins are great, the layout is beautiful. But good point, Nancy, about the galley. You can't get to the sink very easily if you're at the stove, which sometimes you need to go back and forth. At sea, you'd have to walk around, heaven forbid you're healing and having to cook. And then the lack of ventilation, geez, there's a lot of design problems with this boat. It's a Boat of the Year nominee. We'll be interested to see what they do about it, but I'm not impressed. I thought I would be. Okay, before we go on to the Tartan 395, I want to stop for a pizza break and share some summarizing thoughts between the Sun Odyssey 410 and the Dufour 41. If you want to get straight to the Tartan, you could jump ahead. Here's the timestamp for that. So we're having a great time at the boat show. We are right across the street at this Italian restaurant getting a pizza and a pepperoni. But I want to give a review of the Sun Odyssey 410. Between that and the Dufour 410, Sun Odyssey is the winner. I did not think I would say that. I thought it was going to be the Dufour. But the ventilation, the galley layout, those are killers when you're cruising on a boat for a cruiser. The galley and the ventilation is the most important part. So while the cockpit was cool, the actual sail configuration rig layout was great on the Dufour. I think it was better than the Sun Odyssey. Overall, I think the Sun Odyssey gets it better. They get the ventilation better. They don't have as much storage on the walls of the salon that the Dufour has. But as a total package, and this is total ignorance, not knowing the price, I think the price is going to be better also on the Sun Odyssey. I think that's a better boat. So we're going to eat lunch and then we're going to head on over. So we'll see you on the docks after lunch. So honestly, The Tartan 395, we had no intention to come see. We didn't even know it would be at the boat show, but we're glad we did. We see a lot of tartans on the water, and they always look nice. They have a really nice aesthetic about them. This tartan has the nice princess seats on the back. It has a decent sized swim platform for boarding. The cockpit is a traditional cockpit with a dual helm. A lot of camber on the side deck here, but you can see the aluminum tow rail, which is excellent for living aboard. Nice handholds on the cabin top. Inboard shrouds for good sheeting angles, and look at that self-tacking track. Proper ocean-worthy hatches on the foredeck, and decent space on the foredeck, which I do like. It's rigged well for anchoring, and it's a soylent rig, which is perfect for offshore work with a working jib and a light air large overlapping sail. A lot of ventilation with these opening hatches, and a massive hatch over that front cabin. Good sized side decks, which makes it easy to come forward. There's that tow rail, and the stanchions are pretty solid. Now, as we turn around and look forward at these sails, they're both on furling mechanisms. So you have a furler on your inner jib and on that large light air sail, which is really cool. All right, proper rigging. The boom is on a track. The Sun Odyssey and Dufour did not have a track on their boom. It's all done by the main sheets. This is also in boom furling. That is a plus. Proper door raids here for ventilation when it's rainy. That can come in handy anytime you're in warm weather. Good handholds going forward. That is great to see. And on top of the Dodger, so getting in and out of the cockpit is excellent. Look how deep those coamings are. I stepped in all the way up to the calf. The bench seat here is super deep. You could sleep on it underway. More handholds, full protection from rain and spray. The cup holders here are a little awkward. Nice open layout, yet not oversized, which is really good for offshore sailing. I could spend days at sea right here. This is different than the last boats we were at. All right, the helm setup is great for sailing. It's really protected. There's a proper seat, not just an edge of a bench there. And there's the princess seat, as we call them, on the aft pulpit. Really felt safe and secure behind the helm. Propane locker is lovely, well laid out, and easy to get to. Swim platform was superb. Going down below, it was super easy getting down the companionway. Just a few steps, though they were taller than the Sun Odyssey, felt really secure with the wall on the port side. Heading to the aft cabin, the first thing we notice is the gorgeous maple. It's so bright. There's so much storage in here. Not the best access to the engine, but look at that storage. You can live on that. You can cruise on that. This is a beautiful cabin. It's not even the primary cabin, but look at this layout in the galley. This is a proper galley, L-shape. There's a refrigerator and a freezer. You've got solid wood again. That's going to wear for the long run, not like laminate wood. Lots of storage in the galley. It's a center line sink. Look at the bright touches as we're looking over into the salon. You've got port lights above for ventilation. Super important, particularly on light wind days. And look at this head. What a proper shower. Good storage. Oh, and the door actually has a latch. That wasn't noticed on the other boats. It's absolutely necessary. Magnets will not work offshore. Nice, I call it a helm seat, nav station here for doing work at the office. Here is the forward cabin. It's lovely. It's got storage under the bed. It's got storage on the starboard side. It's very much laid out like our cabin in Cadence. It's got good ventilation overhead with port lights and opening hatches. One main hatch and 2 hatches by the doorway. The shelf storage is okay. Doesn't really buy you a whole lot in terms of safe storage, but here's a little storage down here. And like I said, under the bed, that's great. Now, if you're going to have a forward air conditioner, you will lose storage in these spots. Let's take one more look at the salon with the perfectly situated nav station, not for charts, but for being the most comfortable down below place to do night watch. A centerline galley sink is just so well laid out with ample storage and comfort. And one more thing, look at all the port lights and look at those chain plates.
The Tartan is my favorite boat so far. Like, it's absolutely stunning down there with the maple wood. The back cabin is actually very spacious. It looks very cozy, very bright. Perfect. Love, that is the best head I've ever seen on a boat this size. Gorgeous boat.
Okay, so first impressions on the Tartan. It's a traditionally designed boat with all the modern touches. So it's a nice overlap of the two design philosophies. The first thing I see when I get on, the first thing I feel is the degrees on the side deck. Very slippery with socks, which doesn't really matter. But heeling, it's going to balance out there. It's going to shed water really well. But the interior is quite amazing. The amount of storage, the head is, like Nancy said, probably the best head I've seen. Even on the Sun Odyssey and the Jeanneau, the Sun Odyssey and the Dufour, which were bigger, I think this space is better designed, even though it's more snug. This is a great boat. Thanks for watching this video. Look, was I wrong about the critiques on the Dufour? Do you like the Tartan as much as we did? Did we miss anything on the Sun Odyssey? Leave us your thoughts down in the comments below if you liked the video. Give us a thumbs up, and as always, thank you for watching.